Welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trading. And today we are going to be looking at Lucid Group. So let's go ahead and swing over there and see what's happening with Lucid Group. Don't mind AMD, just over there chilling. So let's go down here to Lucid Group and see, how it's looking. Now right now it's at $2.18. It actually went up to $2.22. Which we already knew that this was pretty much the peak that it's going to go before the short starts selling it off anyway. So at this point, you really should just wait. And of course, this isn't financial advice, but it seems like getting in at $2.14 or $2.15 is probably like the bottom. And then after that, just waiting until it hits 220. And then after that, just wash, rinsing, and repeating. Um, as far as any news or anything new when it comes to Lucid Group, nothing's really changed as far as the market cap and everything. Still at 6.70 billion. Average value still the same, 118.94 million. Value 147.18 million. The growth poised to explode. Is Lucid Stock finally a buy from the Motley Fool? So let's go take a look at this real quick. No, I don't want to bias. No, thank you. I tell you, the Motley Fool gives you all the pop-ups. Anyhow, it says Lucid Group appears to be one of the benefactors of Tesla's recent stumble and fall, which, of course, we know Tesla's already come back. That's pretty old. Are they recycling information? It says the broader EV industry might be sputtering right now, and investors might be grappling with the impact of tariffs. But Lucid has been on fire in a good way. Lucid delivered 3,109 vehicles during the first quarter, a solid 58% jump compared to the prior year. So that's 3,109, 900, basically multiplied by about, let's just say 65,000. So that's not really, that bad. We can definitely see some money to be made right there, on their part. When you look at the key data points, the days range between 213 and 223. That's not bad. It's one of those things where it's like, if you set your alert for Lucid to let you know when it hits 213 and you jump in right there, it doesn't seem to be going any lower than 213 or 215 or 213 and any higher than 220 and 223. So it's almost like a wash and rinse and repeat um, little day trade until something finally pops off. It may not be bad. I think the issue with Lucid is you know where it's at, so there's not that much excitement when it comes with it. But at the same time, let's say I go ahead and I actually have it to let me know when the price is below 213. But let me go ahead and do this at 223. Let's just say 223. Let's do 220. And the reason I'm doing that, that's 13. That's a 7 cent change. So basically, you're getting a 7 cent change in Lucid Group. So let's pull up the calculator and see what that looks like if you're investing just 1,000. So let's do 1,000 divided by 2.13. That's 469 shares times 0.07. So $32. So let's say, for instance, you're going in with, let's just say 5,000. 5,000 divided by 2.13. It's 2,347 shares times 0.07. That's $164 extra every day just working Lucid. So now let's go ahead and multiply that by, let's just say 5 for a whole week. That's $821 a week. Now let's multiply that by 52, which is how many weeks are in a year, give or take, times 52. It's not bad. That's an extra 42 grand right there. That's coming in with 5,000, of course. I know not everybody can, but I'm pretty sure some people out there that can go ahead and do that. But yeah, Lucid is one of those. It's not an exciting stock to day trade, but if you want that steadiness, that steady value, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and look at the candlesticks right here. So you can see right here, this is usually what it looks like when it's in between that 213 and 216 area, and it'll just stay like that for the longest. And I wouldn't even get in during this time because it's gonna go lower. So really what you gotta do, you gotta wait for that dip. Bam. As soon as you get that dip right there, that's game time. And it's been doing that for a couple of weeks now. Matter of fact, let's go a week back. It's the same thing. Look at that. See? Just stomped out right there. And then it dips. And then after that it shoots up. Same here. Stomps out, dips a whole lot, and then it shoots right back up. Stomps out, dips, shot up, dips some more, and shot right back up. So this may not be that bad. It's not really my volume that I'm looking for, but at the same, because I like to go a little bit smaller. But like I said, it's money to be made right there. Between 213 and 222. 213, 222. And it's doing the same thing. I want to say it's done it for a month. At one point in time, it was a real high, of course, we know back in May. But once it dropped, look at 215, 224, 214, 225, 211, 222. There it is. So really, Lucid Group may be a moneymaker, especially for those who are new into day trading and you don't want to day trade on something that could cause you to lose a lot of money. Even if you were to day trade Lucid and let's just say you got it at 215 and it dropped down to 213, it's going to pop back up because that's what the trend has said. Unless something crazy happens, and so far all the crazy stuff that could happen has already happened. Of course, it's a 70.6% hold, which is different than before. That actually went up. The buy is still the same, but the hold is starting to take over. And of course, the actual earnings report isn't until August the 4th, which means so far you should be seeing, this normal volatility at least throughout July. So that's just something to look at. Uh, as far as what I traded today, let me get in CYN. I was able to get a little bit of that CYN. I just got out too early. When I got out, I got in, it was at, let's just say, I got in at 8:28. When it hit 11:28, I was like, bet, I'm out. Because it was going back, it was kind of stalling out, then it went back down. Then it kind of went up, but it didn't. So, for the next hour, it was doing nothing really. And then all of a sudden, bam, $20. But it's fine because, I made profit. Now, I made a little bit of money off at ADIL as well. Let's take a look at that. ADIL. Now, I was able to catch ADIL when it was early. I want to say it had to be 34. And then I caught it once it hit 43. Actually, I want to say I got it when it hit 44 and then it went back down, but I was able to catch it at that peak. Let me see if I can pull that up with the candlesticks. All right. Yeah, right here. Where it hit 44, that's where I sold it. And then, of course, it started going back down. And it just stayed down. But there's a couple other areas somebody could have got in that. Like it hit 32, and then when it went back up to 36, and even peaked right here at 37. So that wouldn't have been bad. Now this is one of those, if you had stayed in all day, it definitely was a grinder. It actually ended up hitting 49 cents, at 335. But that's one of those you really got to trust that this isn't just going to crash down. But there was a little bit of news behind it. So it was one of those things where, you know, uh, took the opportunity and the opportunity worked. So, yeah. But other than that, everything's looking good in the market so far, A lot of good news, except for the fireball coming out of the sky. But, things happen. But anyhow, this is Mike Dub, 27 Day Trader. So make sure y'all like and follow and keep trading. I'm out. Deuces.